Okay, so I feel like I've watched a lot of particularly book talk lately, but I feel like that's pretty similar to booktubing. So I feel like a lot of these things apply to um both outlets. So this is going to be a take on booktuber things I don't do or care about. Cuz I feel like a lot of people are talking about these things and I'm just kind of like I don't really care. I'm a very avid book reader, but I don't care. So, I don't care about collecting books. So, like, I've seen people getting special edition copies that they look out for, or like a paperback and a hardback of the same book, and it's like, I'm sorry, but to me, it's the same book. And something that goes along with this is, and this might just be one person in particular, and I don't know her name off the top of my head, but she'll like buy copies just to sell them, and I'm like, I mean, I guess they might sell for really well or something, but I just buy for me, and then I just read them. It's nothing special to me to have. Like, I know, like, I've seen those editions where the, like, the outer page, like, the perimeter of the pages have a beautiful design or whatever. Like, sure, it's pretty, but I don't really care. To me, a book's just a book. I don't care about the aesthetics at all. Something else that really goes with it is I don't reread books. So it's not like I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook and then buy the book to read it, because I've seen that be a thing, and like, you already did it on audiobook, so you've already read it. Why are you needing to buy that? I feel like there's just too many books out there, and there's clearly not enough time in a lifetime to read all the books you would ever want to read, I'm sure, but like, I'm the type of person, I've already read it once. Like, I'm gonna be a junior in college in the fall, so and I'm majoring in English, so there's a possibility I might have to read a book that I've already read at some point, and I guess if I have to, because like I probably would anyway, just to refresh things, because sometimes there's quizzes and assignments or whatever. So that's kind of like the only time I would reread, honestly. A lot of people seem to care if there's like a person on the cover, and by a person I don't mean like a cartoon, I mean like a real life person. And I honestly don't really care. Sometimes that's the reason I grab the book, like especially if it's historical fiction and they're dressed in the historical clothing or whatever. I'll be like, oh, this looks like this takes place in the 1800s, and then I'll look at it, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes you can gauge by the clothing they're wearing. So I don't really care, except if it's a thing where an actor that portrays them in the movie version is on there. That kind of messes with me, because then that's, to me, for sure how you're supposed to envision them in your head. Because now there's these exact actors' faces that they're supposed to look like. That does kind of bother me, but like, people in general being on books, I don't really care. Another thing I don't really care about is they're referred to as, quote, stickers. They're not really stickers, they look like a sticker, they just can't be removed. Like, it'll say now major motion picture or whatever. One of the books I just recently read was like Advanced Reader's Edition, and it had like a, quote, sticker on it because, it was letting you know it was an Advanced Reader's Edition. And like, it used to bother me, but now I don't really care. I don't know. Something else I don't really care about is when there are those roughly cut pages that they aren't like evenly cut and they're just. I think it kind of depends on the publisher. I think it's like a publisher thing, like certain companies or whatever. Like it's another thing that it used to bother me, but now I'm like, I don't really care. Like, it still functions if it still functions as a book, I can turn the pages and I don't really care. I don't keep my books on my shelf when I'm done reading them. Because for me, it's clearing the shelf for either more books that I have in other areas, because I have like a cardboard box that has some books in it, and I also have a little cubby on my nightstand that has books in it, and I'll load like my actual bookcase with them. But I'm not gonna read a book and then put it back on the bookshelf. It probably goes along with not collecting and not rereading. When I'm done reading a book, I'm done. Most of them, pretty much all of them, end up donated to my local library for either them to put on their shelves or to sell on their annual book sale, or donating it to a little free library, because there's one near me where it gets hit pretty good. I don't know if people just don't donate to it and just take or what, or if there's too many of those clean out people that just take all of them and are like, oh, look, it's all mine. So I will grab several, like, bigger or not necessarily bigger, but like in good condition books that, I mean, just because I like them doesn't mean someone else is going to like them, but that I thought were really good, and I'll put them in there because a lot of the time it's almost empty. I don't, like, a lot of people probably care about creasing the spine, and I don't really care. I've always done it, because, like, it feels like once you get to a certain point, you can't really read it anymore without creasing it or opening it a little bit more, because, like, the words get in the shadows when you get a certain amount into the book. So if I want to see what I'm reading, I'm gonna crease it. I don't act like I have to read trending book talk books. If I want to read it, I'll read it, because I feel like Book Talk and maybe Booktube, it's so saturated, probably just more Book Talk than anything, where it's like, you have to read this, or don't pick this up, don't read this author. I'll think for myself, you know? I mean, if someone I know recommends me something, or something like that, then maybe I'll be like, okay, you know. But just because, like, half of Book Talk thinks it's amazing, I'm not gonna just read it. I'm gonna look into it if I am interested and be like, maybe not, or be like, oh wow, that does sound good, you know. I can't really think of any other things that I don't do or care about, but I feel like these are like the quote-unquote major ones that I don't seem to really, like, care at all, that a lot of people seem, I don't want to say hung up on, but like it's a big deal to them, and it's not to me. So yeah, those are the things I don't do or care about as a booktuber.